Hello everyone, Kayla here, and this is What the Kink, a natural hair channel. I wanted to pop in here and preface this video that you are about to see. I want you to understand that what you are going to see in this video is mild, extremely mild in comparison to what I have experienced before the wash day that is pictured here. This wash day that you're going to see is only 4 days following a professional appointment in which about an hour of that appointment was spent removing mats from my roots and taking out enough shed hair that is larger than a mouse. And before that particular salon appointment at home, I was doing the same thing, removing mats and removing tons of shed hair. So even though I turned on the camera, prepared fully to capture more of this foolery that has been going on, it was much milder, like a much more smooth experience. And I still decided to put this video together and share it because I ultimately just want to share this part of my journey. People may be able to relate to it, or you just may be curious about this type of shedding. So keep all of that in mind with the video, and let's roll the footage. I always like to start off when I talk about shedding, kind of explaining what shedding is. So shedding is the natural end of the hair's growth cycle. So the hair falls out and then another hair starts to grow in its place. Basically, the point I want to make here is that shedding is absolutely normal and natural and something that pretty much has to happen as you grow out your hair. Now, there are different things that can cause you to shed an extra amount of hair, more hair than normal. And so I actually had one of those situations. My shedding is due to postpartum. I am a new mom to a 4-month-old baby girl. No, you did not miss anything. I never announced my pregnancy before now because I just didn't want to, period. Now, while I do think it is rude to ask someone if they are pregnant, I do want to take this moment to apologize to people who I either didn't answer, so I ignored your comments, or I gave you like a non-answer type of answer. I totally want to apologize to you guys for that because that's really not the type of vibe that I try to have on my channel and how I try to interact with people on my content. So here's your official answer. Yes, I was pregnant throughout all of the 2024 videos up until the summertime. And then I also was pregnant in the December 2023 videos. So when you see me prance my little skinny mini self across the screen to put the Black Friday haul boxes onto the bed, I am pregnant and I know I'm pregnant at that point in time. So, during my pregnancy, I wasn't really blessed with accelerated hair growth. Actually, I had accelerated nail growth. Like, who in their existence has to cut their toenails that much? Like, absolutely ridiculous. However, what I did get was virtually no shedding for the entire pregnancy. It was actually freaking me out because I am very well aware of how much hair needs to shed and how much shedding is normal for me. So to see there be almost nothing in the hairbrush on each wash day, I knew that hair was eventually going to have to come out at some point. So I will say that a positive thing that came out of this is that the effectiveness of my detangling routine was definitely confirmed by the lack of hair in the brush. Because if I was experiencing breakage, then I would have continued to have hairs in the brush if it was breakage. But because my hair was due to shedding and hormones were shutting off the shedding, basically, I wasn't getting the hair that I would normally have shed. So let's talk about postpartum shedding. During pregnancy, women have elevated estrogen levels, and so those higher estrogen levels keep the hair in the growth cycle. It keeps it staying on your head. But after you give birth, those levels go down, and so the hair starts to shed out. And it's out of the growth mode and starts going into a shedding cycle. Postpartum shedding usually starts around that 4-month mark. Mine actually started a little bit sooner than that. And then I'm seeing that it can last anywhere from 6 months to a full year, with it being typical by the time that your baby reaches 1 year old that the shedding should have slowed down by then. So my postpartum shedding has created something else that I didn't expect, which is matting at the roots I had several wash days in which I was trying to remove mats at the roots and successfully removed it. So like the brush through after removing the mat was really, really refreshing. But then I would come back the next wash day and there would be mats at the root again, and then removing a crap ton of shed hair as well. But I'm encouraged by the fact that this too shall pass. It is temporary, like a lot of things that are going on in this part in time in my life. So I'm not worried about it very much. My little will be starting daycare in a little bit, and I work from home. So I will be able to manage the shedding by washing my hair a little bit more, like perhaps midweek, so that I'll have less shed hair at each session. And then the idea was also brought up to me to possibly use some of those like gel like pre-poo products so that I could remove a little bit of shed hair before I go in and wash my hair. I want to leave you with this. I put myself out here to share what my experience is and what is something that's different for me. And I really do not think that you should use my shed hair, whether it be postpartum shedding or my regular shedding, as a comparison for what is normal for you. Keep your eyes on what's normal for you and then see if there's a variation based off of that.